Hello, this is Mrs. Groves, and we're going to do some more problems on solving systems using the elimination method. For this puzzle, what does Kate often call her twin sister? I would like you to do each of these problems, and I'd like to make a little note here. I have changed the format of this a little bit, and you should have enough room to do the work right here on this paper. So you can clearly show your work and use your calculator to check to make sure you have the correct answers. The first thing I want you to do before you do any of these problems is to go through and identify which ones are going to be the addition method, which ones are going to be the subtraction method, and which ones are going to be the multiplication method. To help you get started, you look at the coefficients. Now you'll notice here the coefficients are opposites. So this is the addition method. Here the coefficients are the same. So it is the subtraction method. And here there's no patterns. So that means it's the multiplication method. So the first thing I want you to do is go through the problems on both sides and label the ones that are addition method with an A. You do it, I'll do it, and then we can check. All right, I didn't find any other addition method. Maybe we will later. Now go through and see if you can find any that have the subtraction method. And label those with an S. Alrighty. So all of these are the multiplication method. I'm going to go through a few of these problems with you. Then you're going to finish these for homework. So I'm going to go through number 13 with you. And then I'm going to do numbers 1, 3, and I'll just do 1, 3, and 5. And show you how to show clear work. All right. You're going to add down. You get 17x equals 17. Divide by 17. X equals 1. Then you're going to have to find y. Pick the easier equation. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So I'm going to take the first equation to find y. 3x is 1 plus 2y equals 11. So I'm going to subtract 3, because 3 times 1 is 3. Subtract 3 from both sides. 2y equals 8. Divide by 2. I get y is equal to 4. All right. Then use your handy dandy calculator or check it. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 and 3 is 11. Check there. Then use your calculator. 14 minus 8 is 6. I was able to do it mentally. Okay, so the answer is the ordered pair 1, 4. So what you're then going to do is, the way this problem is you solve the system. In this case, it's 1, 4. Then cross out the letters next to the correct answer. When you're finished, the answer to the title question will remain. So I have to look for 1, 4. Okay. Right. And I want you to make sure that you put the answer to this puzzle written out on the side. So there's your answer. And the answer is going to be all the letters that are left. So the next one's the subtraction. Okay, they have the same coefficient. So in this case, we bring the first equation over. Negative 10x minus 4y equals 16. We multiply this one times negative 1. And so negative 1 times 9, negative 9x, negative 4 times negative 1, plus 4y. Negative 22 times negative 1 is 22. We add down. The y's cancel out. We get negative 19x equals 38. Divide by negative 19. X equals negative 2. So now we have x. We want to find y. Now, for those of you that write really big, you might want to do this on note paper and make it easier for you. I can write small enough to fit it in here, especially since I'm not going to require that you show the checks. I just want you to do the checks with your calculator. So now I have to find y. So I'm going to pick the second equation because I think it looks a little easier. 9 times negative 2, which is x, minus 4y equals negative 22. Negative 18 minus 4y equals negative 22. Add 18, add 18. Negative 4y equals negative 4. Divide by negative 4. And y equals 1. Okay, so the answer to number 3 is the ordered pair negative 2, 1. So I look for negative 2, 1, which is down here. And I cross that out. All right, so now here's the multiplication problem. So we have to take and multiply both of these equations times a number so that when we add down, one variable is eliminated. And so if I multiply the first equation by 3, I get 2x times 3 is 6x. If I multiply the second equation by 2, 2 times negative 3x, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6x. And notice when I multiply, or when I add down, there's 0. So I know I've done this correctly. So then I'm just going to take this whole equation, we're going to multiply it by 3. Plus 15y equals 33. Multiply this whole equation by 2 plus 16y equals -2. We add down, we get 31y equals 31. Divide by 31, and y is equal to 1. Now we need to find x. So I'm going to take the first equation, 2x plus 5 times 1 equals 11. And I know that's going to be 5, so I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. Notice the work is being shown very clearly. 2x equals 6. Divide by 2, x equals 3. So in this case, the answer is 3, 1. So I look for 3, 1. Okay. So that is one example of each of the 3 methods. And then on the back, the word problems always seem to trick you. All right, so an algebra teacher drove by a farmyard full of chickens and pigs. The teacher happens to notice that there's a total of 100 heads. So the key information is 100 heads and 270 legs. Okay, and we're talking about, okay, chickens and pigs. So let us use the variables, and let's say that P is for the number of pigs and C equals the number of chickens. Okay. Now that we've defined our variables, okay, we don't have to use x and y. X and y is usually easier because we think of ordered pairs, but we can use other letters. So the information we have here, we know that there are legs and their heads. And there are 100 heads. So we're going to assume these are normal pigs and chickens. So each of them would have 1 head. So P plus C is equal to 100. Now we have legs. Pigs have 4 legs, 4 times P, and chickens have 2 legs, 2C, and there's 270 legs. And then you simply are going to solve this. Now here's a trick. Remember, you want to eliminate one variable. So if I look at this is 4 and this is 1. If I multiply this by -4, I'm going to get -4p minus 4c equals -100. And over here, I'm just going to bring this over. 4p plus 2c equals 270. And notice that I didn't have to multiply both equations. I just have to eliminate, I have to take care of multiplying both the equations so I can eliminate one variable. So in this case, I was able to eliminate the p. I get negative 2c equals, okay, what did I do wrong? Oh, this is 400, excuse me. So that is going to give me negative 130 divided by negative 2. And c is equal to 65. Now I need to find p. Well, p plus 65 is equal to 100. So if there's 65 chickens, there are 35 pigs. So the answer, there are 65 chickens and 35 pigs. So let's see how we can, if we can find that answer on the front. Okay, so the only combination of 65, 35 is right here. Okay, so remember the letters that are left are the answers to this puzzle. If you go back and look at these problems, here are the answers to 1, 3, and 5. And here is the answer to 13. Have fun with the puzzle and have a good day.